I missed my turn to get home because I'm following the sunset. Beautiful, beautiful sunset. That's okay, there are many routes home. I'm making this video, it's not for the cagers that are out there to be aware, but it's more for the motorcyclists to make them more aware of the cagers that are out there. Yesterday there was a pretty bad motorcycle accident right where I live, right down the road from where I live. It consisted of two guys. One of them I used to ride in the club with. The other was his father-in-law. This accident was caused because someone at the end of the road that I live on just so happened to pull out and miss the stop sign, pulled out in front of another car. That other car swerved to try to miss from hitting the car that was pulling out. And when that happened, she wound up hitting that car and still hitting the bikes as well, because as soon as she hit the car, she bounced over and hit the bikes. This is the location where that motorcycle accident happened yesterday, where two motorcyclists were hit. There was a lady coming this way. She was in the right of way. A lady where that black car is pulled out in front of her. The lady swerved, she went that way and hit both motorcycles. Okay, we're coming back up onto the accident site. And as you can see where that SUV is, that's where that lady hit the other lady. She got hit, she came over here, and it wound up putting both the motorcyclists right over there. It's just horrible, horrible. The lady that was at the stop sign that pulled out, supposedly she was on her phone. I'm coming up on the intersection where that motorcycle accident happened. I'm coming up on the other side of it where the stop sign is, and I'm going to show you where this stop line is, where the lady was at when she got hit. Here's the stop line. Now if you look to your left, you can see what's coming. There is a couple of signs in the way. If you look to your right, you can't see jack. There's a sign, there's about 5 trees and a power pole in your way. So most people, they inch up, come to the sidewalk where they can see, and you got perfect sight. Now if you get all the way to this stop sign, you have no sight. This lady was all the way over here at the stop sign when she got hit. She had pulled out. There was a car coming from where that white car is right now. She pulled out in front of that where that white car is. She hit that car. That car went flying over in that direction. The two motorcycles were coming in this direction like this and wound up hitting both motorcycles. People come down this road going anywhere from 35 miles an hour up to maybe even 50 miles an hour. So, you know, you got to be safe. You got to know and figure out what that person's going to do in front of you. Okay, today I'm going to give you a different perspective of an intersection. It's a intersection that comes to the end of the street, and it goes on to a road that has no stop sign. At the end of this street, there are no stop signs on either side. Motorcycle. So I've stopped at the stop line, and as you can see from my right, you can't see the traffic coming. And from my left, there's plenty of traffic coming. You can see it clearly, but if the traffic were going at a faster rate, they're going about 35 right here. But if they're going 40 or 50 miles an hour, which is very common, you wouldn't see them beyond those signs. So in order for me to see them, I'm going to have to inch up to the stop sign. Now, I'm beyond the stop line, and I have this A-pillar that's in my way and this A-pillar that's in my way. Now I've got the clear shot. Well, not yet. I've got another car coming my way, and I've got a few more. When you're in a situation like this and you're on a motorcycle as these cars are coming and going, and you're on that main strip like this, you're going to have to be on the lookout for this car that's at this stop sign. And to anticipate what they're going to be doing, look at their front tires. See where their front tires are. If they start to move forward, that means they're getting ready to go ahead and execute pulling out. If their tires start to move forward, if their tires start to turn, go ahead and anticipate that they're getting ready to make a left or right hand turn in a situation like this. It may take 5 minutes for that car to get out of a situation like this, and they're sick and tired of sitting here. So as soon as they see an opening, they're going to jet out, and they're not going to see the potentials of a wreck if there's a motorcycle that they can't see. I highly suggest looking at those tires. Now watch this guy, making sure she sees me. This is another bad intersection. These side roads here are right on a curve. Therefore, it makes it a blind drive. You can't see them and they can't see you. They could very well pull out. Go around those curves slowly so you can adjust your speed in case somebody does pull out. When you're making a right-hand turn like this or a left-hand turn, look in the direction that you're going to go, but keep an eye right there on the person behind you. Make sure they're slowing down right along with you, because you don't want to be blindsided while you're making a turn. If you see they're not slowing down, go ahead, miss that turn, make it another time, but be safe. So what do you do when you get to an intersection that has this thing on the road? You see it's cut out there, and it helps the light recognize who you are and that you're a car here or a vehicle. Motorcycles don't get picked up from that. So when you're at this and you see a car come up behind you, ask it to get a little closer to you, and then you can go. This is a terrible intersection. I could have gone another way to where I could have gone to that red light right down there. Could have gone the back way. But if traffic is busy, people will just fly out of there to attempt to beat the traffic. And I've actually got video of somebody pulling out in front of me while I was on this road, and she pulled out of that stop sign, made a left-hand turn, and she also made a left-hand turn in front of somebody that was right in front of her as well. I'm coming up on an intersection that's terrible. I'm going to come from all ways on this intersection just to show you. This intersection, the people going on the road that I'm on now have the right of way. There's no stop sign, there's no yield, there's nothing. But people going that way and that way, they have to stop and they have to yield if they're taking a right-hand turn. All right, I'm coming back up on this intersection that I had the right-of-way on just a moment ago. Now I'm coming up on it at the stop sign. Now, if you look carefully at this, you see that there's a left-hand turn lane and then there's a straightaway, which you can either go straight or turn right. The same thing for the opposing side over there. I'm going to look left, I'm going to look right, make sure it's good to go, and then you go straight. Now, those that are in that turn lane, like right there, you should stop and wait for all traffic, left and right, to clear, and the traffic in front of you that's going straight or making right turns to clear. It's not whoever got there first gets to go. It's not a four-way stop. MC Ryder has an entire video on YouTube, and I'll try to remember to put a link in for that, but MC Ryder does have a video out discussing the blind spots of a car and what motorcyclists need to be aware of when looking at those blind spots of a car. He does discuss the typical blind spots like that pillar there, and of course these A pillars that get in the way. That is very common. Most people don't realize that that is a blind spot for these cars, and most of the time they're not going to see you. Whenever I'm riding in a situation like this where I have two lanes, I always like to be in the left lane, even though they always say left lane needs to be the faster. It reduces the amount of people that might pull out in front of you that are coming out of these businesses over here to the right. So if you've got another lane that you can be in, it gives a little bit of warning. You'll see that person pulling out, and you can adjust your riding according to that. Stay in that left lane as long as you can. I'm only preaching to the choir if I'm making videos about motorcycle awareness. Really need to make more videos about motorcycle safety. It's an intersection. Look to your right, look to your left. It's an intersection with a business to the left. You need to make sure you can see that kind of stuff. Here's a guy coming out. What's he going to do? He's going to come over here to my lane. I'm going to get out of his way. I'm in the left-hand lane again to keep all these folks that want to come out of these businesses or out of the houses or out of these side roads, trying to keep them to where they can see me and I can see them. Right up there you can see a sign that says no turn on red. It's up there as well. Over there, there's one right above me. That is there because this is a 5-point intersection and people still turn right on red. You'll see that in this intersection, and I'm going to go ahead and put on my turn signal so this guy in front of me knows that I'm turning. At this intersection, there's 5 points. And because there's 5 points, nobody really knows who's got the right of way. So if you take that right turn on red out of consideration, which that car just did that. Right turn on red. Alright, I'm here at this stoplight. This is a good place for me to show you this again. You can see no turn on red. There is a road there. There's a road here, there, here, and there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roads coming together at one intersection. You'll see that car there that blue car and that white SUV have actually stopped at the stop line like they're supposed to. If they didn't stop at that stop line and they came up to where the crosswalk is, and that's the problem we have at that intersection, if they came up to the crosswalk, then people trying to make a left-hand turn like I'm about to make would have a hard time doing it, especially if you're in a bigger vehicle like a bus, a big truck, or something like that. If you're in a smaller vehicle like I am, it's easy for you to get on over there to that road. Also, they have just installed these great new lights that have this yield blinking yellow arrow. Now people shouldn't be so doggone confused as to whose turn it is to go. As you can see, I took that left-hand turn. If those people were in, and I'm going to turn around and show it to you, if the people that were on the road right there had not stopped at this stop line that I'm coming to right here, if they would have gone all the way up to the crosswalk, you'd see that the people can't get into that road right there. And too often I see that happening. People come all the way up to the crosswalk.
Alright, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get notified when new videos are loaded. If you know a biker that could benefit from a video like this, go ahead and share it. If you have questions or would like to add to the discussion, please comment below. If you have ideas for me to cover in motorcycle safety or motorcycle research, comment and I will do my best to include it in future videos. Until next time, ride safe and always get back home.